Hello, this is Yellowbird again, and I am going to be giving a Redstone tutorial today. This is going to be a really basic tutorial, basically, of the activation of Redstone, part 1, of course. So basically, I'm going to tell you of what activates and gives power to Redstone. So basically, it's simple. We're going to be going through redstone blocks. Yeah, there's a sheep in the way. We're going to be going through wooden buttons, metal buttons, redstone torches, levers. We're going to go through pressure plates, both the metal and the wooden, and the golden and the iron metal plate. So, these are basic things I'm going to go with, and yeah, I spawned a sheep, so I'm going to kind of have to deal with them. Go away, sheep. Alright, so the first we're starting with is the redstone block. So basically, right here, this is the first demonstration I'm going to teach you. This is redstone, okay? See, redstone. Battery stuff. Redstone, 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 redstone. Lots of redstone. We love it. So anyway, basically, to know when redstone is powered or not, that is powered redstone. See, it's glowing and it is smoking. Smoking and glowing. That's easy to know. And I'm pretty sure this is settings where you can make it smoke in case if you don't. So like if you see it and it's like glowing or something and it's not smoking, it might be a settings or something. The difference between not powered redstone and powered redstone. This is glowing and smoking. This is not glowing. It's kind of easy to tell when it's not activated. The basics of the redstone block is when you go here, it's basically like the ultimate power source. You can put it anywhere. You can put it behind, you can put it on top, you can put it to the left, you can put it to the right and down. And it's basically going to power and power and power and power. You can basically go anywhere with redstone as long as it's connecting to that power source. Like if you just put it here, it's not going to power it, but it has to actually be connecting to the power source. That makes sense, right? You know, cords. If the cord is not plugged into the cable circuit thingy, then it's not going to power, is it? The next one we're going to be dealing with is the buttons. Basically metal buttons and the normal wooden button. Click the button, it's going to activate. It can work on the sides as well, unless that thing's connecting. You see, basically, as long as it's close to the button, you can't really put it in front, because then it just gets in the way of the button. But you can put it up here more, so like, as long as it's basically kind of like this thing here. Except here, you put it on top, and it basically activates on its own. But when you put on the button, you can put it up here, you can put it over here, you can put it over here, you can put it over here. Pretty sure, even on top. But the only difference is you have to click the button to activate it. So you see, click, activates for a while, then it stops. Click to activate it, then it stops. Same thing with this one. Activates, and even activate this one because see how it's close by it? As long as it's close to the power source. And there's the redstone torch. The redstone torch is not as good as the buttons and the redstone block thingies are. Here it goes from forwards, backwards, left to right, and so forth. These can go from forwards, backwards, left to right, but you need to power it. This one, as you can see, if you put it to the left, to the right, to the bottom, it doesn't activate. Basically, it has to be where it is. If it's right on this side, it has to activate either up, if you're going straight forward, and then going whichever way you care to go. Or if it's going to the sides of left and right. See, it activates. The next one we're going to is the lever. Flick them on and off. It's like a light switch. Let's say if we're putting it here, it basically just works straight forward. You put it straight forward, it goes here, and then you can go whichever way you please, really. As long as it's straight forward. Notice if you put... I'm breaking blocks again. Okay. But you notice if you put redstone there and flick, it's not going to work. It only works straight forward. Is when you are activating redstone, it only can activate so far. It can I'm pretty sure it can only activate up to 15 blocks. So if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. As far as it can go. And if you try to go any farther, it doesn't work. See? It doesn't matter if you go left, right, forwards. It just doesn't work. A way to get by that, if you really have to, like if you're making a connection that is going really far, which is like more than 15 blocks, then you use what is called a redstone repeater. Basically repeating the energy. Just think of it that way. A redstone repeater, you're repeating the energy. And basically wherever you're pointing is wherever the energy is going to go. So if I want the energy to go forward, I am going to be looking forward when I place it. Therefore, it's pointing towards where the energy is. The energy is coming from here and it's going to continue from there. And back here is the power source. You need something powering from behind and forwards. Makes sense, right? So basically, it's powering from behind because the power is originally coming from the switch, and therefore that's where the power is how the back is getting the power from there. And therefore you can continue, see how it's all bright again, you can go left, right, wherever you want. And it keeps working. And you keep going so on, so if you keep going, like, if somehow you want to go for like 1 billion miles, you can go another 15, and then you can put another one of these things down, and so forth. I'm still breaking stuff. Alright. Another thing to know is, in case if you don't want to go forward, but let's say you wanted to go this way. So again, if you want the power to go this way, you point towards this area. But now again, the thing behind here is kind of not powered. So try again something like, you can put something that's going to activate the power. So like, a lever activates the power. Ta-da! So a lever activates power, now the behind is activated with something. And since that is activated, now you can go to the, what is this, the left, technically, from this area. And if you want to go right, then you just do the other way around. You turn this around so the lever is activated behind, and it keeps going on and on and on. So you can go on for long distances, and as long as you have those repeaters, you could technically go on forever, really. And forever is a long, 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 long time. Now we're on to the pressure plates. The stone pressure plate, the wooden pressure plate, golden, and this iron one. So basically, the difference between these two are, see, if as long as you put redstone here, you click the button, it activates. You click the pressure plate, it activates. You activate it by stepping onto the pressure plate. Simple enough. The difference between these two is, let's say if we're using a grass block, if you place one on the wooden pressure plate, like if you want to place an item and then go through something like, let's say if the pressure plate is opening a door, that opens the door because it activates with the redstone. You go through the door and you're good. The difference with this one is items won't work. If you put an item on it, it's not going to activate anything. It's not going to activate the door unless you step on it and then the door will open. These work, but you notice how this is some. When you step on it, it has power, but you notice how it's not as bright as it was here. You step on this one, and it's very bright. You step on one of these two, it does have power, but it's very dim. It's not strong power, basically. So basically, if you place items on here, the more items you place, or the heavier the objects, the stronger the power would get. So now that we've gone through activations, it's time to explain the concept of activation to activation. So basically, activation to activation is basically saying taking the power by, say it's a switch. Taking the power of one thing to activate another. So basically by activating this power source, you're activating another power source. And what you need for this is a redstone comparator. So don't get that confused between a redstone repeater and a redstone comparator. There's a big difference between each. That's the redstone repeater, and this is the redstone comparator. So we're putting, let's say we put diamonds here, okay? So let's say if you're doing, for some reason, you want to do it where somebody comes along and when they put the disc in, and by putting the disc in, it basically turns on the jukebox and activates this switch right here. And you want it so when they put the disc in, this activates this. By activating this, this brings power to the dispenser and it shoots out a diamond. So you put the disc in. No, so shot out a diamond. I don't think so. So you put a disc in and a diamond shoots out. Do that again. Place the music in and diamond shoots out. Place the disc in and diamond shoots out. Basically by turning on the jukebox, a diamond shoots out. And you can spam this button and diamonds will keep shooting out. It doesn't have to be a dispenser, like if you wanted that to be a, like it could be a door, like if you put a door there, you place the music in, so when you place the music in, the door opens. So let's say if you don't want something to come out, you place the music in and the door opens by placing the door here. So you can activate the door by placing music in. Or you can put like a dropper here where instead of it shooting out, you can just have an item drop out. So you can instead have place music in here and have an item drop out. You can place music in here and have an item shoot out. You can place music in here and have a door open. As long as you activate one thing to activate another thing. That's basically how it works. And that's what a commissioner does. So if you want to buy activation, you're doing activation basically. And I'm randomly breaking grass now. When part 2 comes, I am going to go more into depth of how redstone works and the things you can use it with. We basically went over things that can activate redstone, and I'll be showing you how activating redstone can be used to do some neat things. So, see you on my other video.